League of Legends and nerfing OP champions. Name a more iconic duo. Oh wait. Balance has always been something that Riot has struggled with, but who can blame them? League of Legends is a game with so many moving parts that it's nearly impossible to balance perfectly. Which is why today, we wanted to take a look at the times when Riot really messed up. The times when a champion was so overpowered, they weren't just nerfed, they were annihilated. The times where Riot gutted a champion so hard, they basically took them out of the game. Here are the top 10 champion nerfs in League of Legends history. Kicking off our list is one of League of Legends' most reworked champions, Mordekaiser. Heading into the 2015 World Championship, Riot decided to shake things up for League's biggest tournament by making several champions, including Mordekaiser, insanely OP.
The juggernauts, we think, are guys that are like really slow moving, really tanky, do crazy damage if you get near them, or if they get near you somehow.
Alongside his crazy damage and insane defense, this new Mordekaiser gained extra XP on every minion kill if an ally was in the lane with him, meaning he almost always had the level lead on his opponent. Meanwhile, his support was gaining levels normally, so Mord dominated any bot lane he was in. And then there was his Dragon Ghost. Yeah.
The ghost of Mordekaiser's dragon, but there will be a challenge.
It's going to be a lot of damage, but they have the dragon.
Oh, they've got him already. He's down.
Now could be in trouble. Oh, good. Oh, back there. Gonna move Diana into the team. Moonfall's not enough. Toro gets another kill. Not only did they control the dragon, but they get 2 kills afterwards. The siege potential of this dragon, even against a full team, is strong. Now they have a full dragon at level 9 and a 4-man push mid.
Throughout Worlds 2015, Mord had a nearly 100% pick or ban rate. He only saw the Rift 4 times that entire tournament, but when he did, we got plays like this.
Big engage from Kassadin, knocks up 3, and the dragon is still chasing the enemy AD carry. Lloyd's got to be careful, and down they go, a double kill. The dragon value is big on this one, all is well. There's a triple kill, they're going for 4. Now will it be the pentakill?
Go, dragon, go!
Mordekaiser, the dragon takes it, in they go! Warlock says no!
The good news is Riot nerfed him a few times after Worlds and eventually took away that ridiculous XP thing, leaving the once unstoppable Titan a forgotten flavor of the month until a recent rework overbuffed him. Again. Coming in at number 9 is Olaf. Back in Season 2, this Berserker was an extremely snowbally champion who, when in the proper hands, was capable of winning any fight.
Talking about it with Saint earlier, he's like, love playing Olaf in solo queue lanes. You just throw it back and forth and you can go. You see a little aggression here onto Boy, but he is going to go strong on this. I think he's going to try. No, He's going to go for the kill, actually. I thought he was going to try.
Wow!
What is going on? Shouse just did not know this was going to happen. A cleaned up double kill for Boy.
But in patch 3.01, Olaf's Q, W, and R abilities were nerfed. He lost a ton of damage, had weaker crowd control, and even his cooldowns were longer. They took out everything strong about the character, and some Olaf mains just had to uninstall the game and switch over to Dota 2. Olaf got it so bad that the community coined the term Olafing, or the Olaf treatment, for whenever Riot over-nerfed a champion to the point of uselessness. We're going all the way back to Season 1 for our number 8 entry. Back then, Evelyn was a champion that wreaked havoc on solo queue, which meant that Riot took it upon themselves to gut this champion into oblivion. They neutered her attack speed, sustain, and most importantly, removed her stun. These changes made Evelyn the weakest champion in the game for an entire year, prompting a rework. And these changes were so bad that people began reporting Evelyn players because picking her was considered griefing. Evelyn's been playable since, but she's never reached the highs of Season 1 again.
But this is a perfect ganking opportunity. Oh yeah, they took out her stun. She's gone.
Let's keep living in the good old days for our number 7 entry with Diana. Back when she was released in 2012, she quickly dominated the meta.
You have slain an enemy.
Oh god. So
But then Riot destroyed her kit early on in Season 2. Every ability was gutted in terms of damage, hitboxes, and range. Diana's win rate dropped by 12%, one of the biggest drops any champion has ever seen. She went from a powerful, menacing assassin to one of the weakest champions in the game. According to some writers, Diana, along with Olaf and Evelyn, are some of the biggest nerfs they've ever done. Coming in at number 6 is Akali. Her rework in 2018 made her one of the most oppressive, uninteractive champions League of Legends has ever seen.
Yeah, you're kidding, right? She's going from being the worst champion in the game to
physical damage and marking the enemy it hits. If she marks it,
she became a flashy and, honestly, overpowered assassin, capable of doing things no normal champion should ever be allowed to do.
Yeah, they managed to get this inhibitor turret most likely as well, as this siege minion is going to be down. Chovy has a lot of sneakiness, diving on forward, and Bono didn't last a couple of seconds. He's going 1v4. Love is going to be the first one to go down. Flashes out the way. Is going to be tagged up, but no backflip going to be reactivated, and Chovy, the 2-for-0 1v4.
And thus, Riot began their long attempt to balance Akali. Some nerfs were relatively small, but over time, they got bigger. Akali mains started sweating when she lost healing on her Q or when her W no longer kept her safe from turrets. Riot's tried everything, even removing the micro stun from her R. But after each wave of nerfs, she stayed on top of high elo tier lists and pro play.
Jacobs is taken down by Cajal. Caps is running amok. There's already a kill for Kassadin. Now Caps has found 1, he's found 2, he's turning. Cajal manages to kill Mickey. Everybody's dying!
Riot recently went in for another round of nerfs, which caused Akali mains to complain. But then they went in for a quick hotfix buff to keep Akali from being, well, completely irrelevant. Piercing and rending her way into the number 5 spot on our list is Calista. In Season 5, Calista was one of, if not the most dominant champion in the game. She boasted a 70% pick and ban rate across all major regions in pro play with an insane 58% win rate.
They want the turret, they're gonna burn the Karthus ult to get it, and they will get it. Wolf comes in, takes a lot of damage. He's gonna pop his ult just in time as SK Telecom chasing down H2K. The damage from Bang is insane right now. Double kill, can he get more? Triple kill.
The problem was simple. Her ability to hop between auto attacks gave her crazy range thanks to her passive, and it also let her abuse attack speed items like no other champion. After a few patches, we saw big nerfs. Her backwards dash was reined in, they slashed her attack speed and her damage, the list went on and on. Yet Calista was still seeing play with some success.
Looper is actually going to have to back off, but can they flank again? Darshan a little low, that's marked onto Hui, and they're starting to help, but Xiao is shut down by Stixay. I don't know how this one's going to turn out, and that's insane. Looper is going low, but he chrono breaks back. A double kill for Hui, a kill for Hui. I can't believe it. A triple kill. That's going to be the ace. Looper is down. CLG. Do you believe Kobe?
But Riot put the final nail in Calista's coffin in patch 6.6 when they obliterated her attack speed and tied her passive to the presence of her support. She's languished outside of the meta ever since. These days, she has a tiny 1.0 pick rate in solo queue. Making his way into our list at number 4 is Aatrox. Originally underwhelming and often neglected by Riot after his release, he received a mini rework in 2017 after 4 straight years of community complaints. And then, for some reason, Riot decided to rework him again the next year. But what really broke him was a hotfix right after the second rework.
They introduce a new champion with mechanics different than his old ones, and then it takes people a little while to pick him up. Now he's obviously just broken because they hotfix buffed him really in a situation where they did not need to, but
nobody asked for or wanted this rework, but it basically turned Aatrox into a brand new champion, one that could win almost every 1v1 in a solo lane.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try and do the full combo. I'm gonna press R and then drop all my damage on there, and it's really simple. So you kind of press R, and then from there you kind of just mash your face on the keyboard, and you just kind of do that for a little bit. And there you go. That is how you play Aatrox in pro play.
This, of course, resulted in him being abused by pros.
Wonder trying to make something happen, but G2 looked like they just want to disengage this one now. They already got the pick onto the enemy jungler. Oh! So many people! That's the Aatrox damage, and the Shy makes it happen.
Aatrox's dominance called for a lot of nerfs and changes, but the most powerful thing about Aatrox was also a core part of his kit since day one, his revive. Turns out a big scary brawler who can come back to life after dying is pretty strong, and eventually, Riot removed that too. Aatrox was so thoroughly picked apart by nerfs and reworks that there's nothing of the original champion left. These days, Aatrox mains just call him Boris, since if he's a new champ, he may as well have a new name too. Our number 3 entry needs no introduction. Before his nerfs, Kassadin sported a ridiculous 95% ban rate.
We see the Gragas and we see the Kassadin.
It's more Kassadin banned away by the red team.
Kassadin taken out.
Kassadin, Gragas, we're always seeing him down there.
Because when he got picked, things like this happened.
Oh, and Alex gets the false pulse. Maybe puts him down, but Peke comes around. He gets on towards Edward. Cyanide taking very nice. The triple kill picked up in one single false pulse. Quadra kill comes out. Peke so low. Could we see the pentakill coming out from Alex? He's going to pursue this one. Darian comes around. No, because Peke comes around and just steals away the pentakill. It doesn't matter though, because it's an ace for Gambit Gaming, and they're going to go for the Baron.
The Voidwalker had insane damage on his Q and his E, along with low mana costs. And then there was his Rift Walk, which traveled a crazy distance and did an even crazier amount of damage. People started calling him Kassa Win, because actually getting to play as him meant a guaranteed victory.
He's going to kick Voidal backwards. Here comes Mudda and Imp in the background. You see Diamond Proc zoning them out. This is basically 1v2. That is Home Guard Alexich coming in. He's picked up 2 quick kills as Dade and Dade are sitting on the sideline. Here comes Darian though. He gets a knockup. He secures the 3rd kill of the fight for Gambit. All they've cost was a Voidal. Now we see Alex with the Riftwalk in. He's going to eat a gold card, but Dade's been silenced, and Darian and Alex should be able to close this one out. Alex will get the kill credit thanks to the damage he's putting down, and not even going to make it to the tower. And that is a 4-for-1 convincing teamfight win for Gambit, and still 100% kill participation for Alexich's Kassadin.
Then came a wave of nerfs, starting in Season 4, where we finally saw his reign of terror end. Riot took the silence off his Q and took his R's mana refund away for good measure.
The general consensus on the changes? Well, yeah, he sucked. He was terrible. For some, this was sad. From the best champion in the game, now to one of the worst.
These days, Kassadin seems pretty balanced, but we'll never forget 2014, when he went from the best champion in the game to one that wasn't even worth banning. Taking our runner-up spot is Ryze, the champion that Riot just can't seem to balance. From terrorizing the game in 2013...
Woo! I'm a f***ing beast! Holy shit!
To machine gun Ryze in 2015.
Can they do it? Piglet very close to take it on. Hanser pushes him up against the wall. There's the Seraph's Embrace along with the Arcane Mastery coming out.
Oh
Keep
my
that shield
God.
on. Quas, he goes down to Hanser, and that means Piglet has to run for his life. The Desperate Power's out. He locks him up. He comes up with a double kill.
To his rework in 2016.
And they've gotten the Dragon just as TSM got the Baron before. It's kind of one for the other, and they have to get back to their
They gotta go. They're gonna try to end the game here so quickly. They're gonna try to actually stop him. Hanser's gonna try to stop the backs and chase them down. They have to walk all the way up here.
He's gonna find Golden Glue. They are playing stop the back game. Now onto the Nexus turrets. Realm Warp has been the key for TSM this game. They're on the Nexus turrets. Turtle's gonna be the first one. It's not even a chance to stop it. 21-16, TSM picks up game 1 over Team.
Ryze seems to be Riot's permanent balance nightmare. He's either OP, useless, or being reworked. Ryze's various iterations have mostly all been able to split, clear waves, and kite, making him a terror when his numbers are good. But his effectiveness in pro play compared to solo queue has often been a headache too.
I'm gonna tell you, man, I don't like Ryze, guys. I don't like Ryze. You know, these fucking losers playing Ryze.
Yeah, we should ban
I just
it.
don't like them.
Nobody likes
I just don't want to deal with Ryze at all. I mean, this fucker just throws fireballs. This is like fucking Street Fighter.
When Ryze was reworked again in Season 9, Ryze fans complained that he just didn't feel like Ryze anymore. With simpler combos and less opportunity for creativity, he just lacked that essential Ryze-ness. And it didn't help that he was super squishy without his shield.
I can see it being useful, yeah.
Honestly, man, where's my shields? I miss my shields. I want the shields back.
The main problem was that Ryze mains found that Riot had made their beloved champion way too simple. But hey, if you're a Ryze main and you're not happy right now, don't worry. We're sure that Riot will rework him again soon. There is no one more deserving of the #1 spot on our list than the Queen of Nerfs herself, Irelia. During the early years of League, Riot just couldn't stop nerfing her. Eventually, it turned into a meme. A completely different champ was too strong? Better nerf Irelia. Some item was broken? Better nerf Irelia. The game seems perfectly balanced and nothing is wrong? Let's nerf Irelia just for safety. The first version of Irelia was a consistently strong pick, despite Riot's best attempts to nerf her, thanks to her ability to win trades, split, and carry the game. Hell, players like Faker even took her mid.
From behind, Bengi re-entering the fight, even low health. Faker running from Smeb. Smeb doesn't know which direction to go, keeps turning around. They eventually get the kill onto Wolf though, and Prey turning around. Oh, he gets a kill onto, well, Bang actually gets a kill into Prey. Faker, oh, the double kill! Getting those resets, and that is what SKT needed.
But a series of nerfs that began in 2015 eventually took her out of pro play entirely. Even on solo queue, she was rarely played from 2016 until her rework in 2018. But the new Irelia was stronger than she'd ever been, calling for a hotfix the day after her release. She became one of the strongest duelists in the game, with CC, the ability to chase down almost any champion, an ult that disarmed, and of course, she could single-handedly carry any team fight.
Well, Manifold Griggs with the dive, they find the front line, but again, folks, they're going to turn around. Who holds them with an equalizer that maybe put the TSM all the way in of Bjergsen. He is dancing around the Echo Box, carries. TSM put all the way in. Huni just buying time as Bjergsen. He lines up the quadra.
It's a quadra for Bjergsen. He is feeling it, taunting onto Huni in that Zhonya's hourglass.
A good Irelia could basically always outplay, always get the kill, and always win the game. And although Riot eventually went right back to nerfing her, she remains playable in top and mid. These days, Irelia is a far cry from the oppressive nightmare that dominated high-level League for over a year. But a great player can still make you ask Riot for some more nerfs.
He knows Jankos is down towards bot. Full of Suet. It's going to land in the mid lane. The shockwave from Caps really doesn't do too much. Doesn't even have a completed item yet. Here goes Chovy. Lands the Vanguard's edge as Caps flashes away. And Chovy on Irelia. You said it, Papa. That was beautiful.
So that's our list. But there is one more nerf I want to talk about. One unbelievable nerf that a certain champion barely bounced back from. A nerf so harsh that it took Riot 2 years to undo it. Graves Cigar is our honorable mention, and we can only pray that Riot doesn't take it away from us again.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring that notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit up our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages.